This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, May 15th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Good news for you today. I don't have a rant, but I'm thinking about one for next week. Leading off today, a Maryland man pleaded guilty yesterday to embezzling $1.5 million in upscale wine from customers who paid him to store the bottles, which he later sold without their knowledge. William Lamont Holder, 54 of Hanover, is going to be sentenced to 18 months in federal prison for a guilty plea for one wire fraud charge. Now, Holder owned and operated a company called Safe Harbor Wine Storage in Glen Burnie. Private collectors and businesses paid him monthly fees to store cases of wine in a climate-controlled warehouse in Glen Burnie. But from January 13 through December of 17, Holder's customers lost between $550,000 and $1.5 million worth of that wine because he sold it to retailers and brokers without their consent. Holder did not have a license in Maryland to sell wine, and according to the affidavit, he kept all the proceeds for the wine sales and spent it on personal expenses. $1.5 million. That's a lot of wine. I can't quite wrap my head around that. My bottles rarely exceed 12. Yesterday, Mayor Gavin Buckley announced that the hiring of a new police chief for the city is coming along swimmingly. That wasn't really his term, but he did say it's coming along as planned. When he announced the process in mid-March, he anticipated the search would take 60 to 90 days, and the search committee convened and chaired by Annapolis City Manager Teresa Sutherland gathered the data from the 4 community meetings that we held in March and April. 60 individuals applied for the position. And members of the Police Chief Search Committee have already conducted the first round of interviews in early May, and they plan to call back the top prospects for a second round within the next week. The committee will evaluate those second round interviews and forward 3 names to the mayor for consideration, and the mayor and the city manager will select their final choice to be presented to the city council. Buckley did say that the candidate will have the opportunity to interact with the community and the council prior to any confirmation hearings, and the city council must confirm the police chief before any swearing in. And in the statement, Buckley said, "I am very pleased with the process and the inclusiveness which we were able to bring the public along to make this very important hiring decision for the city. I understand the committee has a difficult task ahead because many outstanding candidates have applied." Theodore Bell, 73 of Glen Burnie, was arrested in St. Mary's County for a child sex offense that happened 40 years ago. In September, St. Mary's County Public Schools learned that a possible assault may have occurred when Bell was a teacher at St. Mary's County Schools in the 1970s. He was indicted by a grand jury in April. He had his initial court appearance on May 6th in St. Mary's County. And after leaving St. Mary's County Schools, Bell taught in Anne Arundel County Public Schools from March of 1979 through April of 2007. He was a special education teacher working at Cape St. Clair Elementary, Belvedere Elementary, Central Special, Annapolis, Old Mill, and Chesapeake High Schools. St. Mary's County deputies do believe that it is possible that there are more victims, and anybody that may have any information can contact Detective James Bear at 301-475-4200. Again, if you have any information about Theodore Bell, who taught special education in Anne Arundel County from 79 through 2007, please give St. Mary's County deputies a call at 301-475-4200. In other school news, Michelle Gay, whose daughter was among the 20 children killed in the tragic 2012 shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School, will be the featured speaker at a town hall meeting on safe schools sponsored by the Anne Arundel County Public Schools this week. Gay and her partner, Alyssa Parker, whose child also died in the shooting, co-founded a group, Safe and Sound Schools, which is a national resource for school safety. Gay travels across the country speaking to various groups, conducting school safety workshops and seminars, and this year a panel discussion that will include Superintendent George Arlotto, representatives of the County Executive's Office, and the County Police Department and other school system personnel will follow Gay's discussion. The event is 6:30 to 8:30 this Thursday, May 16th at Magathie River Middle School in Arnold. It is free, but seating is limited. Again, if you're interested in going, it is 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. this Thursday, May 16th at Magathie River Middle School. All right, that does about it for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. You want to give us a recommendation or a review anywhere you possibly can do that. Check out that first link in the show notes and find out all the different ways that you can connect with us. And other than that, sit tight. We have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast coming up in just a minute, right after this message about Macmedics in Severna Park.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is Macmedics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore, Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at macmedics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Wednesday, May 15th. Yesterday was a nice improvement over the previous couple of days, and today will be even better with more sunshine, less wind, and temps in the 68 to 75 degree range for afternoon highs. Then after more 70s on Thursday and Friday, despite a chance of showers each day, it should be a nice weekend ahead with sunshine and highs in the upper 70s to maybe even low to mid 80s in portions of Anne Arundel County. So make your plans now to get out and about this weekend. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there. Be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com, so you can always stay weather informed.
This is Sarah Koenig, host of the Serial Podcast. I'm coming to Annapolis, to Maryland Hall, on Friday, May 17th, for an onstage conversation about how we created Serial, how we make stories, well, how we make them good, and why they matter. I hope you'll come. For tickets, go to marylandhall.org.
I'm Annapolis City Mayor Gavin Buckley. May 17th to the 24th is commissioning week. We have lots of out-of-town visitors. There's going to be increased traffic and lots of people who don't know their way around the city. Be patient, be kind. There will be road closures. Give yourself extra time. This is a big event for these families, and it's such a big part of our identity. The restaurants, the hotels, the shops rely on increased revenue at this time. So thank you for your support. We love this event every year, and let's go Navy.
Next thing I know, they stopped and they put a spotlight on us. And he said, if you're going to do it, you better do it now. And there we were. It was
and he dropped.
Me and her.
He dropped on one knee,
and
I stopped breathing right there.
And all of a sudden, there's thousands of people, and they're clapping, and they're yelling.
Say yes!
She said yes, and everybody heard it. They went nuts.
I'm Steve Samaras of Zachary's Jewelers. That was Michael and Juliana's story of yes. Start your story with Zachary's and beautiful, rare, responsibly sourced Forevermark diamonds at zacharysjewelers.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.